How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining us today. We are on video 3 of the Insight automation actions, and we're going to go over now contacts. In the previous two videos, we did sending options, which are basically ways to get in touch with the contact, and conditions and workflow, which are ways to break apart and segment out the chain of follow-up. So contacts is another action item. It's not really a separation or a conditional thing like the previous video, but it's going to be more in line with updating the contact, moving them across different lists, tagging them, and adding notes and adjusting their score. All of which are really great ways to categorize and prioritize how your follow-up should be for yourself and for your team. So the first two I'm going to go over are really basic. You've seen these in every single CRM in some capacity, which is the ability to subscribe and unsubscribe automatically from different lists. So you just choose the list from the drop down that you want to subscribe them to, and then they're done. Unsubscribe is the exact opposite, but the field looks the same. So basically, once they get to this step, you're going to unsubscribe them from any of these lists. Okay. Update contact. This one lets you to update any of the contacts fields, including your custom fields and your contact field. So basically not just their name, email, organization, but also things like their target area, what property type they're looking for, their price range, and anything else that you want to find out as a as someone who's keeping track of this person as a potential client. You can create those fields in your custom fields in the previous video module, and then you can fill that information in automatically here in the automation. So that's what you can do basically is if they click on something, or if they do something that would indicate what their price range is, you can go ahead and update that information based on them doing that thing. So if they fill out a survey or something like that, or they click on a link that you say is specific for this price range, then they'll be updated with this automatically once they do that. That's what this means. The other thing that you can do is add and remove tags. So tags are really important because they let you segment out your lists a little bit better. So for example, you have a list of, let's say, clients, right? But some of those clients are sellers and some of those clients are buyers, or some of those clients are in one geographic area like California and some are in New York, or any other way that you think that a list of clients or a list of prospects would be separated out. Would be done here. So, an example tag that you can add when someone indicates their home price is what I said it is, you can just say 200K to 400K buyer. This is just one option of a tag. You can literally tag with anything as long as you keep track of what these tags are. You can even automate based on these tags. It's really, really flexible. So don't think you have to strictly stay with real estate stuff here. This works with anything. So you add a tag there. You can also remove a tag. I like adding notes too, because I think that adding a note is important to keeping track of what the prospect is doing with your stuff. So for example, if they've gotten to the part where you tag them as a 200 to 400K buyer, it's probably also good to put this in the notes so your sales team can see this information, so they can base their conversation around this. For example, you would probably talk about different considerations with one of your $1 million or multinational or multi-state clients, as opposed to a small mom and pop shop, or let's say a lower price point or something like that. So it's important to put that there. And you can put as many notes as you want for each step of these follow-up campaigns, and then that just automatically populates the contacts tab. And then you can adjust the score too. And adjusting the score, I think, is really helpful in categorizing which one of your prospects are the hottest and which ones are not engaged with your contact information, or you contacting them. Some things that you can do are adding points if they do a certain thing, if they interact with your emails, things like that. You can add points, you can subtract points if they don't email, if they don't respond to your information, or you can separate this out in, this will expire in 1 month, so after a month this point total will go back down or go back up, or in a week or in a year. And that's one way to let your clients, to let your sales team rather know that your clients are declining in interest over time and that they should try to get those scores back up by emailing, phone calling, and things like that. So I think that's very, very important. This is kind of a cool thing. I think this is probably the most powerful tool aside from the next video, which is the transaction coordination stuff, the recruitment pipeline, all the actual deals and stuff like that. In terms of just the sales and conversion aspect, this is huge because the more information and the more targeted information you can put together on your prospect, both for yourself and for your team or for anyone else you're working with, you're going to have that much of an easier time getting in touch with them and addressing exactly what they need, which is very important. So okay, that's the contacts video. The next and last video of this section is going to be for the CRM. So that's the deals, the transaction coordination, and all the other things that I mentioned. And you'll find, again, updated text of all these points that I'm going over directly below the video, so don't feel like you have to take notes or anything like that. I've already provided you the notes there. Just kind of watch and get a sense of what you can do based on these videos, okay? So, okay, next video is going to be CRM. I'll see you guys there. Thanks again for watching so far.